Hey everybody, it's Brad at Dayport Brothers LLC out in Versailles, Ohio. Going to do another walk around video followed by an operational video on this Kubota B7500 tractor that came in and we're putting up for sale. Like always, I'll walk around, I'll talk about the features and functions. I'll get up close to everything, I'll show you everything I see, tell you everything I know. Then of course we'll fire it up, we'll run it through its paces. We'll show you the 3-point, the PTO, we'll show you the pins up front. We'll engage the mower deck, show you that runs out smooth, let you hear the engine. Of course, lift the front end up and back up, show you the 4-wheel drive works. As always, if you are in the market for a used tractor, a used piece of ag equipment, or a used piece of construction equipment, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Your likes and subscriptions help other people who are looking for equipment find our videos and find our machines, and we truly, truly do appreciate it. All right, like I said, this one is a B7500. I don't know the exact year model. Kubota's a little bit of a pain in the butt for that sometimes. They built these from like 2000 to 2003, 2004, right in there. So at the oldest, it's a 2000. At the newest, it's a 03, 04. As you'll see here, it is OROPS, 4-wheel drive. It's got the LA 302 front loader. It's got a 60-inch belly mower, hydro transmission, turf tires, of course pre-emissions Kubota diesel engine, 1,249 hours. So here in a little bit we'll fire it up. We'll show you the pins are nice and tight down here, and as I get up close to everything you'll see the paint is pretty darn bright, especially for a 25 to 22 year old tractor. You'll see he's added some little bit extra things. We traded this one in on a little bit bigger, a little bit newer Kubota tractor with a little more horsepower. He's added these hooks there to the back side of the bucket. I'll show you a couple other things that he's done. As you'll see here, orange paint is fairly bright. It rained overnight here, and we've waited as long as we could here trying to do this video in between rains, so you'll see there is some water on it. We tried to wipe it off pretty good here, but nice and straight, just paint chips here and there, no huge dents or dings here in the loader arms. Again, like I said, that orange paint is pretty darn bright. Decals are decent. I don't 100% know what he used these for. He pulled a sprayer behind this a lot, and there's some other stuff. I don't know if he had if the booms from the sprayer swung up and around up here or what, but there's some of these. He's added these on both sides of the loader. Looking at these front tires, lots of tread life left here. You see there's still some little knobs on them up here even. I mean, they're probably 85–90% tread depth. I think I'm being very fair there. Of course, these turf tires don't start with super aggressive tread depth to begin with. No weather checking in there to speak of, just some dirt and stuff from being run around out here. And then taking a good look at that front rim on this side. As you'll see there, that orange paint is nice and bright. It does have some scuffs and scratches around the edges, a couple little paint chips here and there, but for the age of the tractor, pretty darn good. And then coming over here, taking a good look at the mower deck. As you'll see here, the orange paint's still pretty bright on that. Has some spots where it is starting to flake off, especially around the corners, and spots where it, highly likely that it rubs, and where your foot rubs when you jump on and off of it. Nothing looks like it's been cracked or welded or busted off that I'm seeing, at least on this side. We'll take a better look on the other side when we get over there. The shield looks good. Overall, pretty darn good for a, like I said, 20-year-old machine, or 25-year-old machine. Looking at the fender on this backside, nice and straight there. No huge dents or dings. Some scuffs and scratches, but again, that orange paint's fairly bright. Down underneath the fender, everything looks pretty good there. A couple little paint chips here and there, just showing its age. Taking a good look here at the rear tire. I'm gonna say we are at least 50% tread depth. I'm thinking I'm being very fair there. It could be a little more than that even. Like I said, it's a little hard to gauge these turf tires because they don't start with the most aggressive or tall tread to begin with. No weather checking to speak of in there. Still has some of the little knobs in between the tread bars on that too. Taking a good look at this rear rim on this side. Again, that orange paint's fairly bright. A couple spots where it's got scuffs and chips in the paint. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Coming around to the back, 3-point arms all look good. Rear PTO is good. We'll show you that working here in a little bit. Back here on this back axle, everything looks good. Like I said, it does have some rain on it. I say it with every used machine. I'm sure if you go over it with a fine-tooth comb, you're gonna find a seep or two somewhere, but I can tell you, it seems like a pretty darn dry tractor. He's added this little toolbox. He's got some electric lines run to back here, and this was the on-off switch. That had to do with when he pulled that sprayer. That's how he supplied electric to the sprayer. I did notice, I forgot to get up close to that. This yellow lens is busted here on the front side, and a little bit here on the back side on this side of the fender. This other one looks pretty decent. Roll bar looks good and straight. This one's good. There you can see where he had the electric for the sprayer. Looking at the rear tire on this side, matches up really well to the other side. Very, very similar in tread depth. And again, really no weather checking to speak of underneath there. Taking a little step back, looking at the rear rim on this side. Again, that orange paint is pretty bright. Couple little chips around the edges in the paint. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary there, but honestly pretty decent for the age of the machine. Underneath the fender on this side looks about the same. A few spots down there where the paint's flaking off. Nothing out of the ordinary for an older tractor. A couple scuffs and scratches up here. No huge dents there in that fender. And then looking at the mower on this side, that shield's in pretty decent shape. Obviously some paint chipping off in some spots, but again, I'm not seeing anything that looks like it's been busted off or cracked and welded. Pretty darn straight for the age. And then looking at the tire, front tire on this side, again, like I said on the other side, very, very good tread. There's still little knobs on them. These tires are not very old. Front rim on this side, again, that orange paint's pretty bright. A couple little chips around the edges here and there, but pretty good overall. Front side of that mower deck over here, again, everything just typical little paint chipping off in some spots, but pretty good for the age. Looking at the loader arm on this side, again, that orange paint's pretty darn bright. Just typical scuffs and scratches. Doesn't look like anything has been cracked or welded or plated anywhere on the loader arms. Take a good look at this bucket. That bucket's nice and square. I don't see any big bows or dents or dings really. That cutting edge is nice and flat. Everything looks pretty honest there. A couple little spots here where that top wedge is bent up just a little bit. Nothing out of the ordinary there. That crossbar, everything looks pretty good here. The grill guard's pretty good. Just typical little paint chips here and there. Up here in the front. This black mesh all looks pretty good. Top of the hood here, you'll see there's some scuffs and scratches, just little scratches here and there, but that paint is still nice and bright. But there are some scuffs and scratches. There's a ding right there. It is a 20-some-year-old tractor after all. See what we can see here. Down in here, everything looks pretty good for the battery. The fins on the radiator look good. I don't know how well you guys can see those there. Up top here, the engine, nice and clean. We had these side shields off. They're kind of a, I can't really do it here in the video, but I'll try to get in as close as I can here so you can see everything. It was nice and clean in there. No oil or diesel running down the side of the block. No antifreeze running all over the place. Like I said, pretty darn clean. There I can kind of get, you can see down in there, I'll kind of hold steady here for a second so you can kind of look. Underneath side of that hood, everything looks good in there. We'll take a look at the operator station here. Here we step up onto it, obviously some paint missing there, and just that rubber floor mat here is getting thin and kind of wore out here. Right where you step, clutch pedal's good. Got a spot right there where it's wore through where his boot rubbed. Hydro pedals are good. Brake pedals. Taking a look here at this seat. Bottom seat cushion is good. I don't see any cuts or tears there. Same thing with the backrest. It's in good shape. Armrest. My guess is this whole unit has been replaced at one point, because originally these didn't come with armrests. So it's kind of had an upgraded seat put on it at some point. High and low range selector for your hydro. PTO selector. 4-wheel drive, your 3-point. This also raises and lowers your mower deck. Loader controls are good. Down here on the dash, everything's pretty good there. $1,249 hours. Steering wheel, everything looks good here. Up here, obviously the orange paint's pretty bright. It's got some little scuffs and scratches. It's still, like I said, a 20-some-year-old used tractor. All right, like I said, this is a B7500, 1,249 hours. Lots of photos on our website. That's listed down below in the description. If you have any questions, comment down below. We'll try to answer them for you. We'll get that hood shut, we'll fire it up and get right into an operational video.